Yeah, a simple but helpful, I think, a new feature about the Aqua rerun. We add the rerun link with JDK customer or hotspot custom target. I give an example. Looking at this job. So this job I'm running. Oh. So it's a grinder. I'm running the multiple test target, and then there are some fill-ins. This might cause this grinder maybe take a 8 days ago, so it's not, there's no tab file available right now. But actually, if there's a tab file, there will be the field test list based on the different test target. So then if there's a field hotspot test, or if there's a field JDK test case, there will be corresponding, there will be different the link at the top of the grinder. You can see for this job, there will be a rerun field JDK test custom test cases using the JDK custom target. And because this test also has some hotspot test case fail, so it also has the rerun link with the hotspot customer link available. So if you click it, so you do not do anything. It's just rerun the former build, but the difference is test target has been changed to JDK customer, and then the field test cases has been filled in the custom target, and then you can just rerun it. That's one. And the same for that hotspot custom target rerun link. So yeah, basically you don't need to do anything. The field test can be run. I think I should have an I think I probably yeah, I think that's it. Because the build has been run quite a few days ago, so there's some information like the tab file, and I think this run is triggered some children build should. So the basic idea is if you go to the children's build, is same for this one. Like is the parent job triggered 3 children job, and for the children job, there's only the fill-ins. Oh, here we can see the tab file are still here. So if you see the tab file, it will tell you, oh, this test target field, and we know that's one of the JDK test field. So, and the test case it has been listed. Then you can see there's only the JDK custom target rerun link. So you can click that. Oh, mailing is test target has been set to the JDK customer, and the custom target has been filled by the field test cases. Yeah, I think that's it. It's mailing. I think it will really help for when we do the release triage. There's lots of the test fill-ins. If there's a test target failed, it really helps. Like if you don't rerun by the whole test target and just by the test case using this rerun customer target. But this is only but it's right now it only works for the OpenJDK test.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually going to remarkably quicken our ability to rerun things. That example you were showing, the JDK Security 3 group of tests, that target contains, I think, nearly 840 test cases. We don't want to run all 40 when we're rerunning. So in your case, the 2 failing ones would be the only ones that run. It's going to take many hours off of our rerun and triage time. So that's really great. Thanks, Sophia.
Welcome.
Questions for Sophia on that at the moment? I think it'll tie in nicely to the auto rerun piece that I know is percolating. All right, great. Was Renfei or Land, would either one of you want to go next?
Let me try if I can share.
Sure.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So today I'm going to talk about collect tab report pipeline. Just a little bit of background before I actually start to talk about the details. In order for a vendor to publish binaries into Adopted Marketplace, they need also provide evidence that they passed AQAvit test. And if you follow the documentation, for now, we have 9 different targets that the vendor has to pass for the binaries on the platform that they want to publish. So sanity extended special functional, sanity extended OpenJDK, and perf and system. So those are 9 targets that we want them to pass. As for the evidence, I think Sophia also showed a little. It's basically when you run the build using AQAvit pipeline, it will automatically generate the tab file. And I can show you this. Basically, the tab file will capture Java version output, and then additional information plus all the shards in the repo that you use, and then all the tests that you run in this particular build. And so the vendor has to collect all the tab file for the particular release and then submit it together with the binary. So this particular pipeline that we created mainly is to make the tab collection job easy, because it is a manual step that this is a particular build, the root build, if you will. On there, we do have automation set up to archive the build artifacts, which are tab files for each platform. So for example, if you go to Linux, you will see there's a different type of Linux. And if you click further, sorry, my server is a little bit slow. And then you will see AQAvit tab files. So basically it's all build that we run. And then you will see the test list 0, 1, 2. Those are because we're running in parallel. So you also see those suffix showing up. But even with this, the vendor has to go to each platform, download the tab file, and check whether there's failures and make sure those failures can get rerun. So the work that we have done is to just create a pipeline. What does this pipeline do is it will go ahead, it will ask for, this is one of my previous runs. It will ask user to provide the URL to the parent build, which is the top level, the top level build that I just showed up, this one. And then a user just needed to tell what platform they want to gather. In this case, I want to gather XLinux, PLinux, SLinux, ARch64, and an AIX. And then that's it. And just click on the run. And then the program will automatically go and get each platform, list them, and do some cleaning, because some of the build that's not belong to those 9 target that we're AQAvit looking for, we don't have to, or some dev level that usually people run and we don't have to submit. So those will be trimmed off or cleaned. And then we will just list the 9 target that's needed, which are here. And then also this will also list what is not, what is failed. In this particular case, I have JVMTI test that failed, and then it will just, the program will just loop through and go to each platform that I specified. And then at the end, it will just archive everything in the build. Go here, and then user just need to download it and unzip. And you will be, oops, go back. And then you will see all the 5 platforms that I just specified. And if you click into it, it will have a clean tab file that looking for, that the AQAvit are looking for. This program can run as a pipeline, and then it also can run as a local script that if you want to do check it locally. So I also have an example here. This is my local machine, and I run the program with LT list tab file. It will list all the 9 tab file. If I do -L, it will list me all the tab file in a file. I can do -LF, which means it will show me all the failed ones that I have in the tab file that in this folder. And I can also do list R, so list the reruns. So typically what happens is why doing the release, if there's a failure ones, we have to analyze and see why they fail. And then if it's because of machine issue or network issue, we can rerun them. So this is my rerun. So I have a rerun. And as you can see here, they list the result and also the test name. So we can match this and say, oh, all the failed ones in the regular run, we have a corresponding rerun, and then they all pass. And then that basically gives us a sense of, okay, that's means we're ready to attach this zip file with the binary and submit to Adopted Marketplace. I guess that's it. Any questions?
More of a thanks. This is wonderful, and it meets a lot of the, there's an open issue around convenience scripts to help vendors do exactly this. I think you had a couple other things you'd like to see added to it, but this is now you've put the building block in place for adding more checking that people may want to have. So this is really great. And I will probably update the name of the job that I added to the adopt openjdk.net Jenkins server. It's just to match yours. It doesn't need to, but that way, and any people seeing this or any documentation that we create will match up to the same job name.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, like you mentioned, we want to add additional check. This is just initial version of it. I was thinking to check the Java Dutch version, validate the shard that we have in the tab file, make sure it's accepted for the particular release. We can do auto rerun. Like at this point, it's a basically static report, but we also there's potential to trigger rerun for particular jobs, and user doesn't have to manually do a grinder. A lot of things can happen just to make sure it's easier for vendor to collect the tab file and doing the release.
Sweet. Any questions for Lan on this one? This great new feature? We've got like 3 great new features being demoed today, so we'll move on. If there aren't questions, you can always also post them in the Slack channel. Renfei, you want to go next?
Yeah, let me try. Yeah, can you guys see my screen?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's a simple but useful feature that was delivered into TKG recently. So we would like to, we have ways to define Java versions either in disable or in playlist as a requirement for the test to run. But we only support the specific number or the number with a plus sign, which means from this number and above. We don't support the range of versions. So this makes developers have problem to set up. For example, they want just pick from 8 to 11 and also the 17 above. So they have to spend more effort to doing that. So that's a request from the dev team. So that is the work I added into the TKG repo. What we can do is we can, this is an example. We can say just define a simple version. We can define version plus, and we can just use the bracket to mean that is inclusively from 8 to 11. But we can also do the combination of them. And that also works inside the disable tag. We can do this, and also that. So yeah, I also added this example inside the TKG examples folder. So for user to follow, and I added the test for it by running this example. So yeah, that is the feature.
Yeah, that's great. So I guess what we, as a follow-up, now that this is merged, we could create a good first issue for new folks who want to do something. They could go and look for examples that could be converted, I guess. Because there are cases where in our playlists, we have the old style where you have to put a bunch of different version tags in.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Questions for Renfei on this one?
I don't have a question, but I think this is the feature that we also have to do a demo at OpenJNI community call. So all the developer can benefit from that as well.
Yeah, and I guess also just noting that when you're now reviewing code, when you're seeing people update playlists in PRs, remember that this exists and try to have people move to this because it's a shorter form of being able to represent what we were doing. I think that's the main part. So any one of you reviewers out there, don't forget this exists. Yeah, so yeah, you'll have a lightning talk maybe at the OpenJ9 call as well. That's great.
Yeah.
Perfect.